I feel very happy to express my opinion about Nishtha 3.0's 12th module, Twice for Foundational Basic Pedagogy. We have been getting Nishtha training since 3 years. It makes the teacher more creative and active. And also, it upgrades the knowledge of teacher to teach the students more effectively based on the mindset of students. It enhances the skills of teachers. Students always feel happy to play. So this module helps to me to enhance my knowledge to make my teaching learning process effectively with games. And also I learned that introducing the local games connected to students with local tradition. This will also help to develop the love and respect towards our country with the students. I also come to know how to develop the skills of students by this method of play. It helps me to make the students know the difference between writing language and oral language or spoken language by these games, because the students, when they go to playground, they use so many words to in the playing. It helps me to guide the parents to create their house with play-based learning environment to make their children learn with joy and fearless, because most of the parents come to the school and ask what should we do at our home, how do we help our students to read at home or write at home, like that. So I am very happy to introduce them this type of method to create their home with fearless. By this module, I also changed my mindset of teaching the students by old tradition, like looking at the textbook and explaining to students. By this module, I am able to create my classroom environment fearless and joyful. Students are very enthusiastic to know or to learn in my classroom, because I am also very happy and coming to the class with new ideas and hopes and very creative games. I feel very happy when I gone through this module. I came to know many things to make my classroom joyful and active. So I framed the lessons with games. I framed activities with games to make all the students involved and to be creative in the learning process. So the students are very enthusiastic to come to the schools without absent. Then I found a great impact of my new method of teaching with games. It made the students to learn happily and effectively. Students became very happy and I felt satisfied of this method. In this joy-based foundation stage pedagogy, the final goal is to make the students critics, innovative thinkers and a good speakers to express his views without hesitation, and also it helps to solve the problems he gets, because most of the students get some problems but they are unable to face them. But in this method, if the students learn, he will be able to face any problems he get in his life. Some children unable to solve the problems they get, so this became fearless and stops learning. It impacts on the student's mind. But by this type of teaching learning process, students learn to solve the problems they get. It makes them thinkers and critics. When the students play the games, they speak more. It helps the students to develop their oral skill. They learn to speak in their local language and written language. If the students play with mathematics related games, their minds becomes still able or active, because the mathematical plays give them very active or makes them to involve in the games, and it helps them to enhance their knowledge. The foundational level evaluation must be fearless and informal. So while the child plays, he becomes happy and active. So it helps me to evaluate the students informally and develop the skills in students by this method. I come to know that learning with games develops the physical and mental health of child. As we heard the phrase, sound mind in a sound body. So, to be sound mind, the child should be active in games. These all are the things I came to know by this matter. Before conclude, I thank all for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.